Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Me on the Sea. Filipina wife arriving soon. What you will need. Please leave a comment on this topic. It's gonna be about bringing your Filipina wife over from the Philippines or wherever she's from. And now you're ready for your first day together, for her first day in your new country. And so another chapter in your life. There's some things you should know just to help get off to a good start, as I know a lot of you are going to be doing very soon, and some of you already recently have. Myself, I married my wife in the Philippines back in 2015, and she has been here since January of 2016. So here we go, some tips for this new country for her first day away from everyone. If you live in a cold weather climate like we do here, my wife got here in January. This is Nebraska. She needed a coat. So she may have purchased one in the Philippines. She still has it. I really like it. And because, it's what she was wearing when I first saw her get off the plane here. It's not the warmest, so she had to get herself some warmer clothes. But for sure, if it's cold, it's going to be the winter where you are, have a nice coat for her. It's possible somebody's already told her, hey, go get a coat. And they do sell winter clothes like that in the Philippines, because there's a lot of people that do go work in colder climates. So just make sure she's got a coat, something warm, maybe gloves too, all of that sort of thing, hat. My wife kind of likes, I think, buying clothes for herself in the winter because, a whole new set of fashionable things to wear, when you've got winter, spring, summer, and fall. Other than the coat, how about a clean house? Don't look like Oscar Madison's bedroom when she, if you remember the odd couple, Felix and Oscar. Be more like Felix, have it nice and organized and clean, and even if you have to have somebody paid to clean it up, she's going to appreciate that gesture, I would think. And I don't know how far away your family is, but try to get them to meet her as soon as possible. In my case, I picked her up at an airport on, Monday, and we had told my mother that I'm going to pick her up on Wednesday. So we wanted to surprise my mother. So I picked her up at the airport. We're talking after about a 32, 34-hour experience for her flying from the Philippines and 4 different flights and layovers and all that. I picked her up in the airport, and she said, let's go see Mom first before we went to our then apartment, where we lived for about a year before we bought this place here. So my wife hid behind the door. My mom opened the door, and, well, why are you here? I thought you would come through the garage. And then, surprise, Isaac comes out and embraces her. And I've got that video on TikTok. On YouTube. I'm not sure if it's on TikTok or not, but it's on YouTube under the playlist Just Us. So meet your family. Maybe make a big deal out of it with us. It's pretty much just my mom and my aunt, who doesn't live in the same city. But that's a good thing to do. And above all, be prepared with a lot of patience. Going to need a lot of patience. While she is excited to come be with you, there's a lot going through her mind, especially on long, long flights. There's a lot of feelings and emotions she's going to be having. So, it's okay. Everybody's response is different, but I think it's okay if she's not showing that she's leaping for joy when she gets there. It's a big, big, big decision for her. I always want you to be aware of what's going through the mind of the Filipina. So be very patient with her. Let her settle. Let her get used to things. I wouldn't recommend personally, like having all kinds of activities, filling up 3-4 days of activities when she gets here. Maybe you wouldn't even think of that. I don't know. I just know a guy can be very excited finally after this long visa wait, especially if it's a spousal visa, to get her over there. And you want to show her all these places and do all these things. Well, again, she needs time to settle into what just happened, leaving family and friends many thousands of miles away. Who knows when, in her mind, she'll even see them next. So I would suggest let me know what you think about this. If you did it differently and something else worked, that's fine. My recommendation is just keep it on the down low for a while. Let her settle in, be patient. Allow for her, not that you can do anything to stop it, to go through homesickness, sadness, and homesickness can be severe. It can last 6 months. I mean, who knows? It's not something I would try to force her to get over, this homesickness. Let me know what you think about dealing with homesickness, or what your experience was with Filipino wife coming over and being homesick. Don't decide everything. I mean, yes, you're experienced in that country and you petitioned her, but now she's your wife and she'll want to be involved with decisions, minor ones at first, like what you're going to eat, where you're going to go, things like that. And then, of course, over time, much more bigger decisions for her, but don't dominate all the decision making. Certainly don't refuse her Filipino food. Find Asian restaurants to go to, or Asian stores markets where you can buy Philippines food, and we do that. Also, brace for money talk. I mean, family's gonna probably be pestering her, and she's probably gonna be weak to say no, since they think she's living in the lap of luxury. That's just an ongoing thing. You cannot say, look, now that you're here, this is the way it's going to be, because it's not going to be that way. Family's going to be asking her for money. She doesn't want to say no. She feels guilty if she does that. Watch my videos if you can. I try to be very honest and realistic and frank about, these money issues. Try not to overreact. Try to understand where she's coming from. There's enormous pressure, especially if she's the eldest daughter. She'll be sending money home. The only question is who's going to make it. Eventually, this is a little bonus because it's not got anything to do with the first day, but, you have to start formulating a plan for what she's going to be doing. Probably is going to be working, probably going to want to be working, and driving. That's all going to be part of that. And then I'll just mention here, you don't have to align her with other Filipinos. Because of propensity to gossip, she might not want to live in a Filipino community. I found my wife a Filipina right away. I wanted her to have somebody that she could relate to, somebody a little bit older and more mature, and praise God, I was praying for that. My pastor gave me somebody, and I messaged them, told them my situation. We went out to somewhere to eat, and we still know each other today. They just brought us over some Thanksgiving treats. So that has been good. And right now it's probably the main one that she has. So, but I'm glad for that, because you just have to ask around. Fortunately, my pastor was able to come through, and my wife met this woman. So those are just some things to talk about, so the video doesn't get too long. Let me know what your experiences were, if you'd care to share, about your Filipino wife's initial moments or days with you in your new country. It could be fiance or someone you married on a spousal visa. Just be prepared to make another good first impression with your love beyond the sea.